CEO caught on kiss cam at a Coldplay concert, snuggling with his head of human resources.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Uh-oh, what?
Parodies and memes are flooding social media.
Oh, look at these two.
All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Uh-oh, what?
Meghan Kerrion just detonated the internet. The wife of Astronomer CEO Andy Byron broke her silence, and what she revealed turned whispers into wildfire. For weeks, people asked, did she know? Was she blindsided? Now we have the answer, and it's more brutal than anyone imagined. It began with a single post. I don't think I'll survive this. A raw, gut-wrenching confession. But what followed wasn't a breakdown. It was a transformation. The sadness faded. The shock vanished. And in its place, pure fury that won't be silenced. So what did Meghan know? And when? Was the betrayal public before it was personal? And how did one stadium kiss become the first domino in a billion-dollar collapse? There are at least 5 moments in this story that Meghan never meant for the world to see. And each one, more shocking than the last. Meghan Kerrion has spoken. No more tears, no more silence. And what she revealed left Andy Byron with nowhere to hide. Alongside her revelations came a brutal update. The separation is in motion, and the fallout is far from over. Kiss cams are supposed to be harmless, a quick laugh, a forgettable flash. But in one explosive second, Boston's big screen captured a moment that destroyed 2 careers. Live, Andy Byron, arms casually draped around HR queen Kristen Cabot, fingers locked like teenagers at prom. She leaned in, then froze as 60,000 fans and a tsunami of lenses stared her down. Byron dipped his head, guilty, instinctive, just as Chris Martin joked, either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. The arena erupted. From the cheap seats to VIP suites, phones lit up like wildfire. Within minutes, TikTok was drowning in slow-mo footage. Reddit sleuths built timelines from every angle. Before the encore hit, Coldplaygate had already gone global. But the real bombshell wasn't on the jumbotron. It was online. A public apology dropped. So polished, so robotic, it could have been AI. Stuffed with buzzwords, smooth as glass. Crafted like it came straight out of a crisis playbook with a PhD in spin. Before the confetti even hit the grass, Andy Byron's apology hit X. It was slick, soulful, drenched in buzzwords about shattered privacy, and capped off with a desperate lyric from Coldplay's Fix You. The statement sparkled with press release punctuation and a shiny blue check for credibility. It looked heartfelt, controlled, perfect. TikTok duets echoed it like gospel. YouTubers read it like a eulogy. Screenshots flew across group chats like confetti in a hurricane. But just 8 hours later, everything exploded. A second post appeared. Same name, same profile pic. But this time, no sorrow. Just a snide jab at Coldplay's retired setlist and a smug final line that practically sneered. The internet snapped. Was the first apology real? Was this a hack? Or worse, was this the truth? Comments turned volcanic. Fan pages went to war like it was the Hunger Games. Fact-checkers swarmed the metadata, but it didn't matter. The algorithm had already crowned its winner, chaos. Because online, sincerity and sarcasm are treated the same, as long as they're loud and hit first. By morning, news anchors were quoting one post, then retracting, then quoting the other. Every contradiction added fuel. Every repost sparked new outrage. While the internet obsessed over punctuation and tone, one person made the quietest move, and it echoed the loudest. Meghan Kerrion didn't post a rant or a takedown. She simply deleted. One soft click flipped the entire narrative upside down. First, her Facebook bio changed. Meghan Byron became just Meghan. No caption, no emoji. Just one precise cut through 12 years of marriage. Hours later, the whole account vanished. Then Instagram disappeared too. No warning, no farewell. In a world addicted to oversharing, Meghan's silence hit like a sledgehammer. That vanishing act didn't scream, it whispered. And somehow, it was louder than every apology combined. Because the message was clear, she already knew. Friends later confirmed what many suspected. Meghan saw the red flags long before the world did. She kept receipts, screenshots, hotel charges that never lined up with Andy's client dinners. She even drafted a gut punch post. "I won't survive this unless the truth comes out." But she never posted it. Instead, she went silent, hired a lawyer, and waited. The kiss cam was just the confirmation her instincts had screamed all along. When her last name disappeared online, the internet responded, not with gossip, but with fury. No more jokes, just sharp, focused outrage. That quiet delete, it hit harder than any staged press conference. In that moment, Megan stopped being the background. She became the moral compass. And Andy, a man out of excuses and running out of time. Because when a wife disappears online, the next thing that surfaces is usually evidence. What Megan had wasn't poetic. It was ice cold, time-stamped, and ready to explode. It started with one anonymous spreadsheet, grainy, low-res, posted to Reddit at 2:17 a.m. One column listed Uber charges to Kristen Kabat's apartment. Another tracked hotel bookings just a block from Astronomer's quarterly offsite. Within minutes, online sleuths lined it all up with Andy's keynote schedule and found a suspicious 3-hour gap between sessions. Coincidence? TikTok didn't think so. Then came the Slack leaks. Screenshots of late-night messages like, "Need to de-stress after that demo, you free?" Seemed harmless until they appeared beside hotel invoices. Then another message. "Room 722 again." Doubt gone. Even skeptics started connecting the dots. And then the floodgates opened. Expense reports marked client entertainment, but filed on weekends. Corporate AMX charges at a boutique florist near Kristen's apartment, like clockwork, every other Friday. Security badge logs added more fire, showing the CEO and HR head swiping into HQ after midnight, just 15 minutes apart. The puzzle wasn't subtle anymore. The pieces fit too perfectly, too deliberately. Each leak hit with sniper precision. Just as the outrage cooled, another document dropped, reigniting the flames. Mainstream media finally jumped in, but TikTok detectives were already light years ahead. They stitched together Google Maps routes, concert seat layouts, LinkedIn selfies, a full-blown forensic docuseries in motion. Hashtags evolved from hashtag Coldplaygate to hashtag cash receipts on repeat. Memes once calling Andy a data genius now mocked. Data time-stamped. Astronomer's official accounts, dead silent. But inside, pressure boiled. Slack groups renamed themselves Sevam Stitsny to Watch. One message was pinned. HR rules apply to everyone. Investors started calling. PR teams had no answers. And with every new receipt, the truth became undeniable. This wasn't gossip anymore. It was evidence. And it wasn't just a cheating scandal. It was a full-blown credibility collapse. Because when insiders smell blood, they don't just leak texts, they unleash the culture file, and that's exactly what came next. Ex-employees who once whispered in DMs now posted public dossiers on Blind and Glassdoor. A 2023 review titled, "Brilliant Product, Brutal Leadership Suddenly Felt Prophetic." Threads poured in, 19 demo rehearsals for one launch. 3 a.m. Slack pings marked urgent. Quarterly targets so extreme they came with burnout warnings. One engineer even leaked a screenshot from a private channel, Jang Stay Till It Ships, where Andy allegedly tracked green dots and shamed anyone who logged off before midnight. Then came the video, a shaky all-hands clip. Byron pacing like a wannabe TED speaker, quoting radical candor, then snapping at a junior dev over a single pixel. The internet lit up. Everything clicked. The man who flinched on the kiss cam had built a culture of fear, where optics beat substance. Investors started calling. Partners deleted old congratulatory tweets. Recruiters hit LinkedIn. Rough week? We're hiring. Inside Astronomer, morale collapsed. Employees renamed the company Wiki Astronomer After Dark, cataloging buried HR complaints, some dating back years. Because when the top cracks, even old memos look like smoking guns. And that kiss cam woman, she wasn't just anyone. She was head of HR. So what happens when the watchdog gets caught getting cozy with the very boss she's supposed to keep in check? The fallout for Kristen Kabat was just beginning. At most companies, HR is the firewall, the last line of defense. At Astronomer, that firewall lit the match. Kristen once bragged on LinkedIn that she earned the CEO's trust faster than a product demo. Now that quote sits under a wall of clown emojis. Employees reposted it with captions like, "Well, she wasn't lying. Inside Astronomer, trust collapsed. Slack exploded. If HR's on the kiss cam, who do we escalate to?" Old complaints once buried in private folders resurfaced as live Google Docs, spreading like underground newsletters. Mandatory slide decks about boundaries now read like dark comedy because the rule enforcer got caught hugging the rule breaker. And legally, the optics were radioactive. If their relationship was undisclosed, it raised brutal questions. Were raises, reviews, or terminations ever compromised? One missed disclosure meant every NDA, harassment claim, and firing could be re-examined under legal fire. Lawyers smelled blood. Plaintiff firms tweeted, "Worked at Astronomer? Call us." Kristen's response? Silence, loud enough to echo. Her Twitter went private. LinkedIn froze. Sources say she's following legal advice. Code for, "This just got serious." The board called an emergency session. Outside counsel stepped in, and insiders whispered one phrase on repeat: administrative leave pending investigation. No official memo came, just more silence and even more questions. With HR's credibility in ruins, every policy suddenly looked like potential courtroom evidence. Compliance had stalled. In the vacuum, perception became judgment. Employees renamed the HR Slack channel -hug resources. Respect? Gone. Memes took over, and investors watched, horrified, as a governance collapse unfolded in real time. The watchdog hadn't just fallen asleep. It was caught on camera sharing popcorn with the thief. And while Astronomer burned from the inside, the outside world was preparing to roast them too. Late-night comedians smelled blood. Jimmy Fallon grinned, then aired a parody kiss cam with cardboard CEOs hiding behind spreadsheets. The crowd lost it. Stephen Colbert followed up with a deadpan line. HR now stands for hug ready, then rolled a montage of Coldplay lyrics rewritten as breakup emails. Within hours, SNL teaser clips leaked, mocking corporate rulebooks and eviscerating onboarding manuals. Every joke cut deeper. Each punchline etched the scandal further into pop culture. Merch sellers smelled blood. Etsy exploded with Coldplaygate hoodies, Fix You mugs, and stickers of Andy ducking beneath algorithm error. Hashtags shifted. H-romance trended fast. Meme accounts paired the hug with workplace training slides. Even Elon Musk joined in. Live by the data, die by the kiss cam. Viral instantly. The joke stuck, because punchlines repeat louder than facts. And every meme made Astronomer's silence feel less like strategy and more like guilt. But inside those glass walls, silence cracked. Because once the laughs die, shareholders start plotting exits. Silence buys time publicly. Internally, it's a bomb. 48 hours after the kiss cam blew up, Astronomer blinked. A cold 8-line press release, Andy Byron, out. Effective immediately. No thank you, no transition. Just a dead email and a wiped VPN. Kristen Cabot, on administrative leave, pending review. Translation: legal triage had begun. Interim CEO, co-founder Pete DeJoy. First mission? Stop the bleeding. No town hall, no speech. Just frozen spending and a crisis PR firm so elite, their invoices include carbon offsets. Then came the investor call. 5 minutes of calm, then chaos. Enterprise clients wanted answers. Who was signing compliance docs? While HR played date night with the CEO. Behind the scenes, Astronomer's valuation quietly plunged by 9 figures. Competitors moved fast, launching job ads that took aim at the chaos. For engineers tired of midnight Slack pings. Inside the company, the leadership vacuum turned into a full-blown power struggle. Finance wanted control, product pushed for direction, and legal just prayed someone would keep them out of depositions. Friday's all-hands turned into a battlefield of unanswered questions. Will performance reviews be rerun? Who investigates HR? Are bonuses still happening? DeJoy's responses were equal parts legal and empty, and not a single person left reassured. By Monday, LinkedIn was flooded. Resume updates spiked by 300%. And the final blow? The data-driven company was now flying blind. Its analytics mastermind was gone, along with the trust behind every number. All of this chaos sparked by one 30-second kiss cam moment. So what's the real cost of a slip like that? And could your CEO be next? Because in 2025, a single hug can collapse an empire. Power doesn't hide in boardrooms anymore. It hides in plain sight until someone hits record. Subscribe, hit the bell. The algorithm's already warming up for its next implosion.